one. It's a beautiful morning, and I can't pick a better time to go Junkyard. It's like 73 degrees out, nice, crisp and cool. God, I love fall because it means summer is over, and I used to love summer as a kid, but not as much anymore. Anyway, sorry. My apologies ahead of time, as I forgot the GoPro today. So this video will probably be shot completely on my cell phone, and I think it'll be alright, but forgive me if it's not. Anyway, I'm headed out to a junkyard. I found a junkyard that has a Ramcharger, and if you saw in our last video, the seats in the Ramcharger, at least the driver's seat in the Ramcharger, is no good. The whole frame is rusted out, and it sucks because those are the shorter buckets and they're really nice, but that's not going to work for us. So I found a Ramcharger in one of our pickup parts, so I'm going to go down and see if it still has the seats in it and grab the seats. So see you in a little bit. That's right, so I'm here. I'm going to go in and get set up. I got my little cart from Raceweek. This thing has proved to be pretty invaluable. And let's go see if those seats are there. It's supposed to be down here somewhere. Okay, so a couple things. There's a lot of time I thought I was videoing, and I wasn't. So there's a lot of things that got missed. For example, I'm about to walk up to the truck, to the Ramcharger itself, and look in it and realize the seats are gone and be like, crap, the seats are gone. We missed out. And then I say, well, let me go walk around the yard and see if there's anything else there. And that's when I found this next surprise. So you're probably wondering why I'm looking at an Explorer. This trip just changed from a Ramcharger project to a Dakota project, because this Explorer right here, I'll show you how I figured this out, has a 373 limited slip differential rear end. If you look on the tag right here, you'll see it says axle D4. See if I can get that to focus. Here we go. And then there's a tag on the rear end that I just took off. And if you look at that, according to the internet, man, I can see it right here. Camera can't. 3L73. This means limited slip, 373 gear, and disc brakes. And they fit in Dakotas with very minimal effort. So I'm gonna get to work and pulling this thing out. Alright, plan of attack. I'm gonna pull drive shaft off, pull shocks off. I don't know what, just like a 3-link or something, and then kind of go from there. We'll find out when we get there. So I'll get started. So here's where I realized I did not have an 18mm deep socket, and you need that to be able to undo the nuts on the U-bolts and the bolts that hold the shocks to the axle itself. So I was also worried about not being able to get the emergency brake cables off, and some other things. So I stopped right here and decided I need to go to Home Depot and get a few things, and you'll see what I bought in order to try to make this as easy as possible. Well guys, I'm at a Home Depot up the road from the junkyard because I didn't quite have what I need, but this is a great opportunity to get this. It's a 373 limited slip rear end 8.8, so it's going to be good to go. So I'm grabbing a Sawzall. Not real happy about it. I mean, I'm happy, but I just didn't want to spend the extra money on it. I will use this a lot at the house. Bought some blades and some 18mm sockets that I might take back if I don't need them. But yeah, let me go back to the junkyard again and cut this sucker out, and we'll go from there. Alright, let's do this again with some more firepower. Maybe we'll see what happens. Alright, here's how we're going to do this. Let's see. Alright. So what I didn't do here was test to see if the bolts would loosen with just the socket, so I wasted a lot of time cutting this bolt, which, oh well, you know, you live, you learn. But I got all the bolts off for the U-bolts with just that 18mm socket and like a cheetah bar, and it wasn't too bad after all. Woo! That's one. And this bottom one's actually coming off. Cool. It's gonna work. Right tools help the job a lot. Alright. Well, there it is, several hours later. But it's exactly what I need. And it took a long time and a lot of effort to get it. But, oof. I'm going to head to the truck. And what I'm going to do when I get home is I'm going to go over all the sizes of the bolts that you need to pull this thing out. But let me get this thing home. So there was no way that I could film me trying to muscle the rear end out of there and onto that crate or wheel barrel looking thing. If you can do this with two people, do it, because it was a chore to do it by myself. But got it done. Really nice guy at the junkyard offered to help me put it in the back of my truck. Just awesome for helping me do that. And anyway, we got it done. Sorry there's not a lot of footage of me getting it out, but as you'll see later in the video, I explain what it took to get it out. And I'm gonna and later on I'm gonna post a list of tools that you'll need to get it out, and maybe you can use that as a reference. But anyway, let's get back to it. Well, that took a whole lot longer than I had expected, but at least I got it home, and for a good price too. Crap, I gotta unlock the door. Alright, let's try this again. So for $244. And you can see that I'm moving this axle that way. Watch the rotor over there. It's moving the same way. It helps verify that limited slip, but I already checked the tag on it and everything, so I already know it's a 373 with a limited slip. So here it is, $244. I didn't include the rotors because I'm going to put new rotors on it and new calipers when I do all that. So it's going to need to be cleaned and painted and all that jazz. But here it is, it's complete, and it's almost a bolt-in for the Dakota, so we're going to be doing that. I do want to go over a few things. When you're taking this off, when you're doing the U-bolts, the U-bolts are 18 millimeter deep socket, so make sure you bring that. The sway bar mount on the back is a 13 millimeter. The shock mounts on the bottom, which they're not here, but they go on the perch itself. One side's an 18 millimeter, the other side is a 15 millimeter. The caliper brackets or caliper bolts are 10 millimeters. And then there was something else that was a 14 millimeter, and I'm not thinking about what it was right now. I don't remember what piece that was, but make sure you get a 14 millimeter too. So 18 millimeter deep socket, 13, 14, I even think I used a 12 on something. So 10, just go for it all. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and an 18 millimeter deep socket. And then something to cut all this good stuff up with, because, you know, I had to cut some things to get it out of there. But you can take your time and try to unbolt it all if you got the time to do that. But anyway, I wasn't exactly looking to get a rear end for the Dakota quite yet, but I am starting to be concerned about the 27 spline axles that are in it, because it's a really, really small axle. It's working pretty good, but there's a lot of things about the 8.25 that are not great. It's not a bad factory axle like in a Dart. I think they have bigger splined axles in a Dart, and they can hold a decent amount of power. But the Dakota ones are, like I said, they're 27 splined. They're real hard to find a good set of disc brakes for it. They don't sell any aftermarket axles. They don't sell any aftermarket stud kits for bigger wheels. Not bigger wheels, but bigger lugs to make it stronger. There's just a lot of stuff that I've found out, unfortunately, with these Mopars over the years that I've worked on them, that either they don't make it or it's crazy expensive. So the 8.8 is a really, really common swap, and they make everything. Plus this one has disc brakes on it, so literally I'm gonna see if I can get with one of my friends who's a welder and see if we can't get it mocked up and put in place. You have to weld some spring perches on it and stuff, and shock mounts, and it's not too bad out of the gate. And then later on down the line, I'm going to try to go with like a 33 spline axle and a spool and good brakes and good lugs and better wheels. But that's later on down the road. But it's nice to have this, and that's why I've been looking for one for a while. So when it came up, I jumped on it. That's it in a nutshell, and I'm gonna call it for tonight and unload that thing tomorrow. And I think I might be going to fix something up, and I think I might be trying to participate in what's called Sick Week. If you know a little bit about the drag and drive stuff, you may already know about it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to attempt to do Sick Week in the Dakota, and I might be on my way to get something tomorrow that's going to help out with that. Alright, I don't ask much, so if you guys are liking this stuff and you want to see, you know, Sick Week content in the future, you want to see me working on the Dakota, I'm about to work on this girl right here because it needs a water pump, and take it to a swap meet. Yeah, I've got a few things, so subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our website, racerxgarage.com, and we'll see y'all soon. Until next time, you know the deal. Y'all be good.